What up? It's your boy T-Bone Reaction. Today's Music Monday, and I'm gonna cap up Music Monday with a video from DJ Furio as we celebrate hip hop turning 50 recently as well too. And we're gonna get into this video from DJ Furio. I think it came out before the hip hop birthday, but still gonna do it anyway. We'll check out huge hip hop tracks and their samples though, so it'll be a perfect video to celebrate the 50 years of hip hop. Now, I know somebody gonna say, going to comment down to do the Ariana Cassiopeia video. I know it's there. I'm about to do a different time. That's all. Other because I'm pressed for time. But other than that, especially since I had to stop to get food because we thought we were going to have a blackout. But here we are. That's another story. Other than that, what else? And Raw. And I'm about to really be record this while Raw into Money That Raw. So other than that, we're going to get into some DJ Furio with huge hip hop tracks and their samples. You know, DJ Furio, dope producer, dope DJ, dope commentator now. I can say that as well too. And you know, he knows his shit. So anyway, and a good little influence in my production skills as well too. So let's get it.
Back again with another Furio Watches video. This one all about huge hip hop tracks and the samples that have been used on them. Tracks from people like Jay-Z, Wu-Tang, Kanye West, Nas.
I like to say Kanye West. I love like to say Kanye.
So these are tracks that are either very, very successful, they've been in the charts, or just really popular tracks. Some of the samples I'm sure you'll know, you'll recognise them. Some I've shown before, but there's quite a few new ones that I haven't shown. Beat playing in the background now is one of my own productions when people are asking. I've got 6 albums out on Bandcamp.
Definitely check them out.
Download and keep. If that's something you're interested in, there's a link in the description. I'm also a scratch DJ for hire. So if you're a producer and you want some scratches laid down on the track of yours, give me a shout. Again, there's a link in the description. Anyway, let's jump in. Let's see what the first track is.
Oh yeah, Big Pippin. I haven't saw in that chocolate video. And hopefully he showed, and kind of hopefully he did what he, because I like how he also watched my video, reacts to other like, you know, production as well too. So that's pretty awesome. But anyway, let's keep going. Yes. Here we go.
Such a big track, that one. Real recognisable sample. That is one of those samples where there's been a lot of controversy over the use of it. There was court cases where Timbaland and Jay-Z argued that it had been replayed rather than directly sampled. That has since been proven not to be the case. It is definitely a direct sample off that original, but it did get dismissed in court. Not because they didn't believe it had been sampled, but it was nephews rather than the actual musician themselves taking the court case up, and it was dismissed on the fact they said that they didn't actually hold the copyright to it. So it's an
It's pretty much people trying to get some trying to get some money up their uncles.
interesting one that. If you want to know any more, I would just do a quick Google search on it, and there's loads more info, links to specific news articles about the court case. But either way, it is a great track.
It is.
Produced by Timbaland, featuring UGK on it as well. Yeah, really good track. Let's see what the next one is.
Oh yeah, always, of course, Wu-Tang, Cream.
I grew up on the crime side, the New York Times side. Staying alive was no job, had second hands. Moms bounced on old men.
The Charmels there. They only actually put out 4 singles during the 60s, never actually put any albums out. So that track was actually written by David Porter and Isaac Hayes. So the Charmels were under the guidance of
that's one of that
Isaac
David
Hayes
Porter
during
collection
that
he
time.
showed.
Very recognisable sample from Wu, produced by RZA. Really big single off their first album, that one, and it's still a popular track today.
She give me money.
Oh yeah.
When I'm in need.
Like Kanye.
Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke.
Ray Charles sample there. You can tell from that it's a mixture of a direct sample and also replayed parts of it as well. The scratches on that were actually a guy called DJ A-Track. who I've followed for a very, very long time.
Yes.
He won the World DMC DJ Championships back in '97 at the age of 15.
The thing about literally just turned 15 at that, like he did a tournament as a 14-year-old, and then I think he just turned 50 before he got to the finals. It was crazy about that.
He's been scratching a very, very long time now. Main producer on that, not actually Kanye West, but a guy called John Bryan. He is a producer. He's also a film composer, so he's done soundtracks for quite a lot of Hollywood films. He's also worked with Mac Miller as a producer as well. So yeah, Gold Digger, real big hit at the time, that one. Let's check out what the next one is.
All the time.
Free to Pain track there. She's been going a long time. She's put 20 different albums out. Styles P track.
Still hot.
Two producers on there. Saint Denson. He's really only just produced a few tracks, not done a whole lot. But then Swizz Beatz. He's produced a lot of different tracks for some big, big people. A lot of work with Kanye. This is just one of his examples of those chipmunk style sped up vocals that he likes to use in his tracks. Yeah, works really well, that vocal on this track. So let's check the next one out.
Oh yeah, Beyonce.
Chilight sample there. They originally started off under the name Highlights, and they changed it using the CHI from the beginning of Chicago, which was their hometown. Beyonce and Jay-Z track, not strictly hip-hop, but it's got Jay-Z rhyming on it, so I wanted to include that because it was such a big hit, #1 hit. Main producer on it, Rich Havison. He works a lot with female vocalists. Worked with Beyonce, Destiny's Child, Jennifer Hudson, J-Lo, Amerie. So he has actually produced some quite big tracks. And then Beyonce listed on there as co-producer. Very, very big track, that one.
Oh yeah, Passion. Made You Look. Yep.
Now let's get it all in perspective. For all y'all enjoyment, a song y'all can step with. Y'all appointed me to bring rap justice.
Incredible Bongo Band with Apache. That is actually a cover version of a track by The Shadows from 1960. But that Incredible Bongo Band version is
never knew
really
that.
popular.
I might have heard about that on one of the Orion Spit cover joints as well too. Hush up, Aaliyah.
Sampled hundreds and hundreds of times over the years, that one.
I'm gonna do it.
Sugar Hill Gang also did a cover version of it. It's also a really good one if you're into turntables, DJing. Really good for beat juggling with that one. Getting 2 copies of it, ripping it up. Nas track. Another big track by Nas. Salam Remy produced it. He's worked a lot with Nas. He's also worked with some other big artists as well. He worked with the Fugees, produced Fuji Lab, did the Nappy Head remix for them.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, he's a pretty good producer. Probably not that known in his own right though. So let's check the next one out.
Oh yeah, Touch the Sky.
I gotta testify. Come up
Well, just played, okay.
For the day I die.
Curtis Mayfield, very, very popular for sampling from. He started off in the group The Impressions, left in 1970 to do his solo career. Been very, very successful. Kanye track, Lupe Fiasco featured on that as well. Another one produced by Just Blaze. Grammy Award winning track, that one. Very, very popular track, very big. And another great production by Just Blaze with Kanye.
Take hold, I think. Yep. Yeah, it's the same one. Yeah, that's all it was from. Because the tone changed up a little bit, then I had to hit the tone again. And like I said, I had to hit the impression beats, the piece of the present beat as well too with it. Also, I think Nas did sample as well too. I think.
Cool. They just put out 3 albums during the 70s, and that was it. Been used as well before. It was used on like Father Like Son, The Game, with Busta Rhymes featured on it. Used the same part of it, but in a bit of a different way. J. Cole track, produced by J. Cole as well. Nice drums over it as well. Impeach the President drums that have been used on a lot of tracks as well. Just really distinct drums that really add to it, I think. Yeah, great track, that one. Let's listen to what the next one is.
Oh yeah, New York is if I say it mine.
Brooklyn, now I'm down in Tribeca, right next to De Niro, but I'll be hood forever. I'm the new Sinatra, and since I made it here, I can make...
The Moments, Love on a Two-Way Street, off their debut album in 1969. A lot of people don't realise that's a sample, because it's got Alicia Keys on it, who's obviously a classically trained pianist. They assume that she's actually come up with that herself and played it, especially when you see the music video with her on the piano. But no, it is a direct sample off that track by The Moments, featuring Jay-Z on vocals as well. Another very, very big track, that one. Very commercial track.
Indeed. Oh yeah, G thing.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the door, ready to make an entrance, so back on up.
Very, very recognisable sample that from Leon Haywood. One of the very first appearances of Snoop as well.
It's just a damn good shit
with
about him.
Dre
So
on Deep
that's why I'm
Cover,
lying, not
also
caring.
out in
Especially
92 off
Dum
the
Dum
movie,
Stereo.
and then appeared on the Chronic album of Dre as well. So Dre often replays samples rather than does a direct sample from them, but this isn't one of those occasions. This is definitely sampled directly off that Leon Haywood track. Very, very famous Dre track, hugely successful with that one. Let's check what the next one is.
Okay. Let's look at this. People just use it.
So much drama in the LBC.
Oh wow! Yeah, doing this one. No, all I know thought that. Oh yeah. I got to. If you listen to it very carefully, is that sample is there. This is that woo that kind of comes over it. That's the only thing.
That's been covered quite a lot of times, that version as well. And the following year that came out, Casey and the Sunshine Band put out a version actually featuring.
Oh yeah, I realized
George
that.
And that version is also very popular for sampling.
Yeah, it is.
Been used by lots of people. Biggie Track has used it as well. So the Snoop track, produced by Dre, off Snoop's debut album Doggy Style. More just running in the background. You've got the main synth really that's been played in over the top. But that guitar, you can clearly hear that running in the background throughout the track.
Oh yeah.
I must
One more
relax
question.
you. I mean, totally relax you.
One day I want to like listen through this whole track. This looks like a smooth out track. Wasn't again? It's very white. Every track is smoothed out, but this one definitely sounds like a smooth, chilling track right here.
New York City. You are now rapping.
Barry White, amazing musician, been sampled so many times over the years. Known as the Walrus of Love. A lot of people don't like that
Walrus of
50
Love.
Cent track.
And that I never heard
sample.
of, but wow.
I actually really like it. I just like the way they've just taken that really small part of the guitar and chopped it.
Yeah, that was the way he chopped it up, the guitar
and
part.
just
No lie.
used that as the full structure of that track. To me, it works really well. That's just my opinion, though. I'm sure a lot of you watching will go, nah, don't like that at all. Not very good. But for me, I quite like it. Anyway, let's check what the next one is.
Oh yeah, Hotline Bling.
Timmy Thomas with Why Can't We Live Together. That was his biggest solo hit as well. Successful with that all over the world. Sold over 2 million copies of that single. Drake track. Not my style at all, but I wanted to include it because it was very, very successful. Produced by a guy called 1985, who's done loads and loads of production for Drake. Very, very big track, that one for Drake. But as I said, just not really my style. Bit too commercial for me. And like Tribe Called Quest said, I like my beats hard like 2-day-old shit. So, let's check what the next one is.
Oh, it's Pete Rock. See, that's
In 92, Rock and CL Smooth.
Such a famous sample, that one on the Pete Rock CL Smooth track, Troy.
Hold
Tribute to Trouble T-Roy.
on a
Who's part of
second.
Heavy D in the...
Before I go further, let me see what's going on here. Alright, I'm back. Let's keep going. Then a little interesting guy only raw by to take a look, check a look at it, but here we go. Let's get it.
Boys passed away in 1990, so the whole track is just reminiscing
About
about his
yeah,
time
RP
with
Troy
him.
Tree Roy.
Such a big track, that one. Real standout 90s caught that. One of my favourites, one I listen to regularly. So let's check out the next one.
Oh yeah, here we go. Scenario.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo.
Brother Jack McDuff there with Obligato. Great track, that one. He actually had his own band in the 60s that had a young George Benson on the guitar actually playing with him. So George Benson has been sampled a lot of times as well. Really great guitarist. That Tribe Called Quest track featuring leaders of the new school. See Busta Rhymes on the vocals. Such a jump up, head nodding track, that one. Don't know about you, but I listen to that and I just want to just nod my head along to that beat. Classic 90s hip hop for me, that one. I'm a big fan of A Tribe Called Quest, and that is one of my favourite tracks they've done.
Oh yeah, me, myself, and I. Pete the Shoe Boy. Let's go.
Just me, myself, and I.
Funkadelic sample, which is one of George Clinton's group, Parliament being the other one. De La Soul, great group. Got to see them live long time ago, back in the 90s. Put on a real good show. Finally got their albums now on streaming services like Spotify. They've had so many sample clearance issues over the years because a lot of the tracks they put out and didn't actually bother to clear the samples. All that's now sorted out. All the samples have been cleared, so you can now listen to the majority of their albums now. Yeah, great track, that one. Let's see what's up next.
I love something. A Million. Jay-Z.
I did it again.
Perfect example there of why I rate Primo so highly. He's taken that track, chopped it up brilliantly, and completely changed how it sounds. Totally different rhythm than the original. Works really well with that Jay-Z track. Yeah, another great track from the 90s, that one.
I know the sample, but I forgot who did it. J-Lib, yup. I knew the song, just to think of the name. Who did it?
J-Lib the Red. So J-Lib is J Dilla and Madlib together. The track I've shown you there is the original version. If you look that track up now on Spotify, and I've mentioned this in another video, but if you look that track up on Spotify, completely different sample on there. They couldn't get that sample cleared after the original release.
Like somebody else used
They
the
were
sample though as
ordered
well
to
too.
destroy any remaining copies and
Oh, that
completely get
sucks.
rid of that sample. Chris Williamson, who the original track is from, really did not like the lyrics at all on that track. She found them really offensive and said there's no way she wanted her name associated with it.
Yeah,
It's quite a rare track, that particular one, that version of it. If you've not already,
yeah, I heard about stuff like that. Like a lot of times, folks won't clear the sample because of they don't like the lyrics well too. I told you a while back. I found out that the reason why the original sample for "Me and My Bitch" wasn't only the original version. They didn't release it on the album because Stevie Wonder didn't want to clear the track. It was him and Manny Rippleton song, but he didn't want to clear it because of the lyrics. So yeah.
look it up, have a listen to the version on Spotify. Pretty sure the version I've shown should be on YouTube somewhere, so you can have a listen, compare the two of them. Let's check the next one.
Oh yeah, Slim Shady. Like I said, Salad Labby Sifray, man. He both do sample him a lot though. I found like he got sampled for I Wonder.
Labby Sifra, British musician, brought up in London. He actually wrote the song It Must Be Love, which was a big hit for the group Madness in the 80s. Eminem track, massive track that one, produced by Dre. This is one of those examples where it's been replayed. So it's not a direct recording from that original track, just been replayed to sound very, very similar. Sometimes easier to do that to avoid certain sample clearing issues. You've only got to clear it with the person that wrote the track, not whoever actually recorded it. So that's it. End of the video. Hope you've enjoyed it.
Definitely
I think
did.
there's definitely some very, very big tracks that I've shown on here. Quite a mixture, 90s, 2000s. Some more underground artists, some very, very commercial. So quite a good balance, I think. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment, drop a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. Download my albums from Bandcamp. If you're interested in any unedited versions of these videos, where they just run straight without any talking, I do have a members only section where I drop.
Alright, cool. Definitely. Oh, so he still got his members only section, so we have that though. That's good. He still got his members only section. I thought he lost it, but he still have it. That's pretty good to hear. Other than that, this was a good little tip right here too. I might, I think I did do the non-commentary one. I might want to watch the commentary one that won the library music record sample ones. That was pretty interesting one as well too. So yeah, other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Always shout out to DJ Furio, man. It's your boy T-Bear Son, and all of one love.